Hey guys, a few weeks ago, I had posted a video showing you how to do an AFK plasma farming method that you could do on Blood of the Dead. If you got the shield and held out the key and just zapped zombies and just rubber banded down the right trigger, you could stand there forever and not even have to be at your controller and you would earn plasma. After I posted that, I really didn't think they would fix it, but they did. What they did was, if you're holding down the right trigger with the key, you can't do it forever now. It will eventually stop after a few minutes. So once that got fixed, I really wanted to find a new method for you guys so you could farm plasma AFK, because this stuff takes forever to earn. So I've got a new method for you guys, and this one is even better in some ways. And this was found by extremely talented and Blocks Reader. Huge shout out to those guys. They figured out how to do an unlimited staff, the one that you plant on the ground, and that's what we're going to be using for this method. What's great about this method is that you can do this with up to 4 players, and all 4 players can earn plasma while being AFK, and they earn the maximum rate of what everybody would normally earn. Also, what's cool about this is that you can invite your friends in on any round. You can be on round 40, 50, 60, 70. People can come in and out, and people that come in, they just sit in a corner and earn plasma, and they don't have to do anything. So the setup for this is extremely easy. The downfall is that it does take 2 players, but once it's set up, that person can leave if they don't want to stay in the game, or they can stay there forever and again just stand there, do nothing, and earn plasma. The very minimum that's required to set this up is that both players need to have the staff as the special weapon, and then the player that's going to be hosting the game and staying in it, they need to have the nowhere but there elixir. That one's free. There are no perks that are going to be necessary for this, and there's no elixirs that you have to have other than the ones I mentioned. You can put some on that will help speed up the process, like power kegs and nukes. The power kegs because you're trying to get your staff to level 3, and then the nukes help with one of the steps to quickly end the round, but you don't have to have those. One thing that I had heard is that these 2 players need to have duplicate loadouts, like perks and elixirs and weapons. Everything needs to be the same. Now, I haven't gone into a game to confirm that. We went ahead and set everything up as duplicate just to make sure it will work. The one thing that was different is that he had a talisman on that I didn't, and it didn't seem to hurt anything. So I'm taking this unlimited level 3 staff that you plant and turning it into the best way to farm plasma, and specifically focused on that. Now, you can do whatever you want with this unlimited staff. There's other methods and things you can do, but this is going to be focused on earning plasma only and being AFK and having everybody in your game being AFK. To make this work really well for that, you do want to do a custom mutations game, and there are some settings that you're going to need to change to make this work great. So under weapon, you want to go to special weapon and just make the charge speed ×2. Then you want to go over to enemies and adjust the speed of the zombies. You want to take everything down to walk speed, and their damage multiplier is half and their health multiplier is half as well. Then I went over to special zombies and I left all of them on. I didn't touch their spawn rates, but I took their damage and their health multiplier down to half. Then I went over to player and I just gave us a bunch of points, and I didn't touch anything else. Last stand, I gave us a bunch of self revives, even though we're not going to need them. We left the player's health normal, because if you increase it, it's going to make this more difficult to do. I'll explain more why I have the settings this way with like really slow zombies. It just makes this really easy to do where it's not stressful, and you don't want fast zombies anyways because of the way that plasma is earned, and I'll explain more about that later. So once you get into game, you just want to stay in the main arena area, and you need to start getting your staffs leveled up to level 3. Both of you guys need to have it, and a good way to do this is to make sure you have a full meter bar and a full group of zombies, and then just despawn them, and that will help to level up your staff to level 3 without actually killing zombies. What you're trying to do is have both players with a level 3 staff by round 8 or 9, because there's going to be a tiger round that comes in, and that's where you're going to start step 1 of this glitch. I was able to have a level 3 by round 4, and then the remaining rounds the other player has plenty of time to get theirs leveled up as well. So there's going to be 3 steps to doing this glitch, and we did it the first time. It's really easy. Don't get overwhelmed by there being more than 1 step. But the first step is to get to a tiger round specifically, because you want these gates to be opened, and what you want to do is save 1 tiger, and then also make sure that the host, the one that's going to be staying in the game forever, has a full meter bar where they can pull out their staff. Remember, these tigers have half damage and half health, so they're not going to be too much of a threat, and they're going to be really easy to kill. So kill all of them except for 1. Then you want the player that again again, is going to be staying in the game the longest and wants to be able to invite people in and out, you want that player, we'll call him player 1, to head over to one of the open gates, have player 2 watch that tiger, and they want to pull out their staff, and once they have it out, they want to run into this tunnel and then plant the staff. They're going to get downed, and then the staff's going to revive them. As soon as they're revived, the player 2 needs to kill that tiger. Again, that step is really easy, it's not too crazy on timing, and you're probably going to get it first try. So after the tiger is killed, you're going to spawn back into the spawn area. The next step is really easy. You want player 2 to have a full meter bar on their staff and make sure it's level 3. They need to plant it on the ground. Then player 1 needs to go up to it and hold out a frag grenade. Make sure you have those in your loadout, and they need to down themselves. If you did the first step correctly, then the player 1, when they down themselves with a grenade, is going to completely bleed out instantly. And if that happens, then yeah, you're doing it the right way. Then player 2 needs to get player 1 back in the game, so they just want to kill all the zombies and player 1 will spawn back in. Now you're ready for the third step, and this isn't too difficult. It just involves a little bit of timing, and we got it after just a couple of tries, so it's really not that big of a deal. And with having slow zombies on, it definitely makes it a lot easier. You're not as stressed with this, and you're not going to have a hard time. So you want to go to the pit area and stand in front of the shield buildable table, and you need about 5 to 6 zombies right there close to you, and you want to make sure that this is the end of the round zombies. Make sure this is player 1 that's doing this, and they also want to make sure they have a full meter bar on their staff and that they can pull it out. So they want to get the 5 or 6 zombies close to the shield table, and they're going to be pulling out their staff, so make sure that player doesn't pull out the staff right in front of the zombies or it will despawn them. They need to step back a few feet, pull it out, and then walk towards the zombies so that the zombies can start hitting player 1 and getting their health down. Player 1 needs to watch their health, and when they're almost completely depleted, they need to plant the staff. So they're trying to get down and plant the staff at the same time, and yeah, that timing can be tricky, but it only took us a few times to get it. If you try to plant the staff too slow, then you're just going to end up downing yourself, not really planting the staff, and bleed out instantly. If you do it too fast, then you're going to plant the staff and end up killing all the zombies. And if that happens, then all you have to do is end the round and try again. So if you end up downing yourself not planting the staff, then have the player 2 kill all the zombies, and you'll come back, fill up your meter bar again, and get the zombies hoarded up near that table, pull out the staff, make sure it's not near them, and then right before they get you downed, you want to try to plant it. And I noticed that I had about 4 health when I planted it, and it seemed to work good right there. If you do it correctly, then you're going to bleed out, but your staff is going to stay there, and the dome will remain there. And the player 2 needs to kill the zombies and end the round as fast as possible to get you back in the game. If you don't get back in the game fast enough, this dome will go away. And that's the reason why you want to use the last 5 or 6 zombies to actually get you down and do the glitch. That way player 2 can just quickly kill those last zombies and get you back in really quickly. Also want to point out that having the slow zombies on like this makes this glitch a lot easier because they're not slapping at you so fast where you miss that timing with that health bar. This allows you to really watch that health bar and be able to time it a lot easier. So the very last step, and this is super easy, is to get the glitched out player with the unlimited staff in a safe area so that they don't accidentally bleed out. To do that, you want player 2 to down themselves in front of this gate, and they need to be facing the gate, and make sure they have frag grenades in their loadout. So once they down themselves, then player 1 needs to very quickly use the nowhere but there elixir, and it's going to teleport player 1 behind that caged area, and then player 2 is just going to automatically revive with that staff. And you got to do this really fast or player 2 will revive too quickly and you won't be able to use the elixir and get behind this door. So now all you need to do as player 1 behind this door is stand back a little bit because you don't want to get hit by the Blight Father or the gladiators. So right about this area is pretty good, and all you gotta do is stand here and do nothing. Then the other players in your game can just stand in this corner next to the shield buildable table and do nothing. Now they're gonna get hit by the Blight Fathers and the gladiators and get downed, but they're going to be instantly revived because of the effect of the staff. And the Blight Fathers, zombies, and gladiators are all going to die pretty quickly from this staff. It's gonna kill everything. And the other players in your game, all they have to do is again just stand there and do nothing. They don't have to kill anything, and they can get downed 1,000,000 times. They can also bleed out entirely, and they will still earn the normal amount of plasma, and so will you. Plasma is not earned by the number of kills that you get. It's based on time in the game and participation, and as long as one human player is participating in some way, then all the other players in the game will earn plasma. The plasma earn rate is 20 per hour, or 1 every 3 minutes, and all 4 players will get that rate, and you can't do anything to make it faster. The last very cool thing I want to show you guys about this and why you want to do it in a custom lobby is that you can invite in your friends on any round. I'm on round 49 right here. I've invited in some of the No Thumbs crew. We've got Ricky Jr. 84 and Maniac Killa. Also, after I had invited these guys in, I was on round 48, and they had to sit there and wait for a while before they could spawn in, and while they were waiting, they were still earning plasma. So this could be good for someone to like set this up and just keep it going for days on end. The blue screens are fixed, so you can go forever now, and you could just keep this going and invite your friends in, let them earn plasma, leave, invite more people in, whatever you want to do with it. But hopefully you guys will get to try this. I don't expect this to last too long, but I hope this helps you guys out, and we'll see you next video.